This is Seth Frame, and I'm here to demonstrate my submission for Project 2 Park Web application. For this project, I chose to focus on Isle Royale National Park in Michigan. The park is on a large island in Lake Superior, and it's also the site for the longest running predator-prey study where scientists have watched the interactions between wolves and moose since the 1950s. In the 1990s, unfortunately, the wolf population collapsed, and in subsequent years, park officials have reintroduced the wolf to the island. So part of the functionality of this site is to allow visitors to report wolf sightings and have their reports displayed on the map. Here at the top, we have the name of the park, Isle Royale National Park. And if we click on it, it'll take us to the actual official web page. Close that. And then next to it is a link to the national park web page in general, so they can then find their own park. If we go looking at the map here, you can see the map. You can pan and zoom with the mouse. You also can zoom in and out with the buttons on the navigation bar over here. There's also a button to bring you to the home extent of the map, and then a button at the bottom here that'll zoom to the user's current location. You click on that, and this takes me to New York, where I just returned from the Esri conference. And then at the top here we have an interface where you can toggle between different base maps. So right now it's the World Oceans, that's the default base map. You can also go to the streets, and these are just Esri base maps. And then finally, at the upper left-hand corner here, we have a search bar. And this bar will actually search within the map for points of interest. So and we get a few options here. You can go to the Windingo Visitor Center, and the map will zoom to that location. And here we see the Visitor Center. Each one of the points of interest and the wolf sightings have a pop-up enabled for them, which gives the user some information about that particular site. So here's a mine, the Windingo Mine. Here's a wolf sighting. And here's a campsite. The campgrounds, none of them have names, so I have them labeled with their latitude and longitude. Same thing with the lookout towers that we have here. Now in the lower left-hand corner, we have a layer menu, and this gives a user access to toggle on and off all the layers that are within the map, besides the base map. So if we just want to look at the wolf sightings, we click on this with the points of interest, trails, ferry routes, streams, lakes, and then just the park boundary. Now in order to go back to the default screen with all the layers turned back on, you just double click, or a second click on the layer will de-highlight it and bring you back to normal. Like I said, the main functionality of the site is for users to report wolf sightings. So here, this button is how they would do that. So let's zoom into an area. So the user will click the wolf sighting button, and if you notice, the cursor turns into a crosshair, so that alerts the user that they need to click on the map to pick a location for the wolf sighting. So we'll click right here, and that brings up another dialog where they can fill in some information. So let's do a distant sighting type, and let's do 5 wolves. And then they have the ability to submit, reset the form, or close this dialog box. But we're going to do submit, and then it gives you an alert saying that the wolf sighting has been submitted. Click OK, and here is our new wolf sighting. Wolf sighting distant, 5 wolves. So hopefully with this functionality and the ability to go to the official park map, users will be able to get a more enjoyable experience at the park, and then also be able to help park officials track wolves throughout the park itself. Thank you very much.